Alright, y'all, I'm not the conventional candidate. I am a working man. I put in about 60, 70 hours a week at my job as a chef. And I still find time to campaign. To me, this is not about money, so that's why if you ever go to my website, randysmithforcongress.com, I encourage you to go and check it out. I'm not asking for any donations, any campaign contributions, anything like that. I've paid for my own campaign, and you know, to me, this is about restoring some honor to the position. It's about this Constitution right here. You know, they say that the founder said that when the citizens fear their government, there's tyranny. When the government fears their citizens, there's liberty. And that's why I'm running, because I want liberty and I want freedom for my children and for me and my family. And I want to protect and defend this Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. And that's all I require of my representative, is to protect and defend this Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, and to govern by this Constitution. And the first time that they don't, then they should be voted out of office. I'm very serious about what I'm doing, and I'm doing it because I love my country, I love this Constitution, and I love my family, and I'm truly scared for the direction that our country's going. And I think it's time for us as citizens to take our government back. And if you'll help me, I will definitely do just that. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. James, 3 minutes.
Well, I'm running for Congress because I think that we need to change. Now, with the last election, the presidential election, change seems like a dirty word, so I almost hate saying it, but we do need to change. We need to change the way that we elect our representatives, change the way that Washington works, and change our government so that it represents our interests, not special interests. Now, we need to change the way that we elect our representatives by getting more involved, like you are all doing tonight. We need to elect our representatives based on their qualifications, their ethics, and their stance on the issues, versus how much money they have received or raised. Money, folks, that comes from special interest groups with strings attached. Now, we need to change the way that Washington works by establishing term limits. The old adage, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely, applies to representatives that have been in office for decades. Now, one of my favorite quotes is from Mark Twain, where he said that politicians are like diapers. They need to be changed frequently and for the same reason. And we need to change our government so that it represents our interests, not special interests, by limiting the size and the scope of our federal government. We need to return the power to the states, the local governments, and the people, instead of being ruled by those afar in Washington, D.C. Now, the founders knew two things in this regard. The first is that proximity is power. Government and our political leaders are best held accountable to the will of the people when they're local. And second is that the people of a state, we know what's best for us. We don't need to be ruled by those afar in Washington, D.C. So tonight, I ask you all to consider each candidate carefully. Ask yourself, who is this person going to represent if they are elected? Please do your homework. Find out where each of us stand on the issues, and then make your intelligent choice. Now, your future may not hang on the balance of this decision, but the future of your children and our grandchildren just might. Thank you very much.
I want to thank you, Mr. Lewis.